What's going on, everybody? What's up? What's up? Rexy HWP. I am here with the alt account, and I got to do some real life today. I got to get the bills paid, so going to do some Uber driving. But I did want to get a couple of AP resets in first. So taking a look, if you can see it on the little baby screen on the alt account, we are just finished AP reset 21, and we're working towards 22. The most important thing is just get a Chaos 9 win in Expeditions prior to your first AP reset. That is the most important thing. Alright, so just resetting. Of course, we pop into Onslaught. We do the highest floor we can, which right now is 40 on this guy. Let's get it. See what map it gives us. How is everybody's day going? I was hoping to have a Tower Defense Tuesday video done today, but the game I was wanting to cover has a new demo coming up, and the demo is not available yet, which is unfortunate. But right now, for any PC player, Steam has the Strategy Fest going on, which if there's any interest to it, I'll push through it. It's ascending. It's resetting is the slang term. It's ancient power reset is kind of the slang term that people use. So that's what ascending is. So yeah, anyway, if you're a PC gamer, definitely check out that Steam Strategy Fest, as there's going to be a bunch of really good game demos to play for free over this next week here. So definitely a must check out situation for folks. We got Frosty Fodder here. We'll just spam it up. A lot of good this is going to do, but it's got Destructive Pylon on it, so we'll use it anyway. Now we got Cyborgs here, so let's get a little Cyborg trap in up front. We'll just throw like 2 auras here. And then maybe a couple of dragons, since we got flyers here as well. Actually, we can throw the dragons right up here. Alright, what do we got over here? We got it easier over here, so let's just go 2 dragons for the flyers. What was the ground lane? I don't think it even really matters, to be honest. I think we'll be fine regardless. Get our Frost Strikes in, then we can dump everything else in the mid here. So what do we got? We got Cyborgs there, we got Cyborgs here. Cyborgs everywhere. It's Cyborg Slot, y'all. Cyborg Slot. Thanks for subscribing there, AWOL. I do appreciate it. Just go something like that, and then that, and then that, and that. What does that leave? 920. That only gives me enough for 1 bird. What's going on there, Madara? How you doing? So I'm just going to get rid of the destructives, as I don't need them, and that will give me enough for 2 birds and a destructive back here, which should be more than sufficient to cover this lobby map. Let's just let it run. Stavros, what's up, man? How you been? See, these will be real chill resets. It could be as few as 3 maps with a little luck. Figure 1 onslaught run, 5 waves of, hopefully 5 waves of survival, and then 1 Chaos 8 run, and the map will be reset. So even though this is going to be a shorter stream today, since I got to get that Uber in going on. First of the month coming up. What up, Sparkrise? Finally going to be streaming Thronefall this weekend, probably. I still haven't played it at all. That's the problem with Age of Power resets in Dungeon Defenders 2, is they become a little bit addicting. and you just start doing them over and over and over and over and over again. Because there is a whole lot of chill factor to them. Like, when I'm not streaming, the main priority is getting the Netflix game in line. Yeah, until you get burnt, absolutely. See, it's been, what? It's probably been 3 years, maybe, since I've done an Ancient Power reset. So I'm pretty fresh with the whole thing still. My problem is I don't really have a good Netflix watch list in order right now. I'm actually watching Star Trek Discovery right now, which I've already seen multiple times, and it's not... Although I did like it, and I like that actress. I liked her in The Walking Dead. But I just don't have anything else I really want to watch right now. So yeah, it's Star Trek Disco at the moment. I'm actually, about a quarter of the way into season 3 now. So it'll be over quick. I wish that next season of The Boys would come out soon. That show is so funny. But I just rewatched The Boys, so I'm just not due yet for a rewatch of it. Could always go with good old faithful and like run through all the Harry Potter movies or Lord of the Rings or all the Star Wars movies or whatever. Those are always, lifelong staples, of course. Gots to get your Star Wars and Harry Potter and Lord of the Rings on every now and then. And it hasn't been... What are we getting? We're getting 7 out of 10 Chaos 7 gear, so we're just not quite there yet. I mean, the Lord of the Rings movie are just incredible movies, you know? I would go with a Turn the Tides build. So you'd want to be stacking hero health. What's up, Soft? Just kind of casually doing it. I don't really have a sense of urgency. That's the thing with AP resets. Like, most of the people doing them, like, have a target goal and want to burn through them as fast as possible. I personally just don't care. I'll get them done when I get them done. I don't really have... Well, I guess I have a goal of 50 on this alt. But I don't really care if it takes me 3 days or 3 months. So... there's a bunch of games I want to play right now, but I don't have any of them yet. Don't have any extra money, and have not been able to get any sort of media codes or anything for them. But there's several of them I want to play. But then, additionally, you guys know I'm a big fan of that Frankenstorm TD game that's under development. They have got a new demo that's going to be available, hopefully, today. I wanted to do a Tower Defense Tuesday video on it, as they intended to get it out yesterday. But apparently something is being held up with Steam. I'm not really sure what the deal is, but their demo has not been published yet. They said in their Discord, the 2 main developers that I talked to, they both said, oh, it's ready to go, man. We were like sitting here watching our email, waiting for it to get that email from Steam saying, you're good, hit the button, you know. Since it's a new demo, it's not like a game update or whatever. It actually has to go through a verification type thing. Why am I upgrading? Good question. It's got to go through some sort of like verification thing, like consoles would. Well, I can't really read while doing AP resets. I mean, I guess I could, but what would happen there is I'd get too drawn into the book I was reading, and a siege roller or something would come and I would lose, and then that just slows the whole thing up. Why am I playing DD2? Why are you not playing DD2? Seamless? I'm playing DD2 because it's a game that I got a lot of love for. They just had an update for it, and getting back in and playing that update actually encouraged me to do some AP resets on my alt. So that is why I'm playing DD2. You guys know how I work. I've got a strict fun factor thing. The second I get bored or the grind becomes too tedious, I'll switch over and play something else, you know? Yeah, they just launched Endless Mode just back a few weeks ago, Seamless. So something that longtime DD2 players have been waiting for a return of for, what, it's been almost 7 years since they took it out. Promised it would be back. It never came back, and now it is finally back in a new form. You get one from Mastery and one from Prime Incursions. So every Hyper Shard you can get 2 of. One of them comes from Mastery, one of them comes from Prime Incursions. What Prime Incursions are Chaos 8 Incursions or higher. So there's different ones at different brackets. DD1 just had an update not too long ago too, Seamless, yeah. They had a new hero launch, like officially. It was crazy successful, from what I understand. And I can tell you from my end, I did one video on the new hero. And like, if a Dungeon Defenders 2 update launches, and I go over whatever's in the update, I may end up getting like 4,000 or 5,000 views long term on that video. I did a introduction video to the new hero for DD1. That video is going to get 30,000 views. I mean, there's a lot of love for DD1 out there amongst the player base, you know, which most people know me from DD2. But DD1 is a very, very legendary game. Because I followed the strategies that I been posted up on the YouTube channel there, bro. Got to watch the YouTube vids, man. Alright. So we are all done with that floor. So now we pop out. So we're one map into this AP reset. We pop out the Tavern. At some point, my inventory is a train wreck, so my Tavern loading speeds are really bad. You guys will have to forgive me there. You want to lessen your loading speeds in DD2 and DDA for that matter, then clean up your inventory. That will help directly. You and everyone else there on that effing guy. Console players have been hoping for DD1 updates for so long. Oh, I can't judge there, L. I'm in the same boat. I don't want to go through my cleaning, inventory cleaning either. Alright. No 10 out of 10s. I actually got a 10 out of 10 out of a bag this morning. It was a junker, though. What was it? It was like anti-war bore or something. I don't remember where it was, but I saw the 10 and was excited, and then, yeah, the usual. Anti-war bore. Big booze there. Alright, so if we look to the little baby screen, we got our first map done. So the first thing we want to do is look at the weapons and see what the highest champion score weapon is. It's probably going to be this sword, which is unfortunate. I think we're going to go pole arms anyway. Like, I should pop onto a squire. Let's see. Let's look on the squire. We'll auto equip gear. I got a champion score of 6742. If we went to the monk instead, yeah, it's slightly lower. So let's go squire. 6742 champion score, which is going to get Chaos 7 unlocked. Now, we're not going to go into Chaos 7 because I'm not going to do the spending strategy. I don't know if they're streaming on Friday, Nimbus. They haven't said yet. There's PAX West is starting this weekend, and then tomorrow they're going to be on their, or some of the team is going to be on their way back from Germany from Gamescom. So I am going to assume that they won't, but they may, like Phil did that Bloon stream last week. So there may be something like that going, but it's too soon to tell. So anyway, we're going to jump into survival. We're going to go easy mode and go Gates of Dragonfall. I'm going to back this all the way up to a wave 71 start. And we're going to pop on in. And this will be the start of map number 2. So every 5 waves is basically a map. You get a little time savings there without having to load from map to map and then additionally not having to rebuild. Deleted all your heroes and moved all your items to the vault. It loads the vault too, I would bet. But just having it cleaned up definitely makes a difference. But it's not like DD1 or DDA. I mean, DD1 and DDA is instant loading. No, it's a meta strat. Meta strats require an alt or a carry of some form. If you don't want to put in the preparation work in advance, you can't do the most effective strategies. It's all about being, it's about preparing. So you prepare, you're good. I can tell you, you're going to want an alt anyway if you continue to play the game. Anyone that's going to log a lot of hours in DD2 really wants an alt. It's allowed by the company, and it's just the most effective way to play the game. It's a game of grinding crafting materials, right? So just adding an alt into the mix, you cut your grind in half because you get twice as many crafting materials. So yeah, alt for the win. Pretty much every free-to-play game that allows an alt, you're going to want an alt. I mean, that's just the nature of free-to-play games that have trading. Yeah, I mean, the reason I'm doing these resets is for the double gold. I certainly don't need the ancient power points or whatever when I'm grinding. It's all about the gold. That's the only reason I'm doing it. Shoot, man, I just messed up all my windows. The bad part about streaming this alt account is I've got an enormous amount of windows open on 3 monitors. So it's so easy to derp them. Yeah, I've had lots of godly drops. I actually haven't opened the bags or the chests. I opened the bags, but not the chests on my main. I want to say yesterday morning I started saving the chests, and I've got 10 chests now. You figure every AP reset, you're getting a chance at getting 2 chests, one on the alt and one on the main, if you do 5 waves. So yeah, I've gotten a bunch. Yeah, I'm doing the free route. Yeah, I just don't see... you guarantee the 3 maps if you spend the gold. If you don't spend any gold, you could get it done in 3 maps, or it might take a few more waves in survival. So it's a gamble. It's a RNG gamble, where, we all know RNG hates us all. The bags are a pain to open. It dumps so much stuff. I actually got a 10 out of 10 out of one of them earlier today, though. Out of the bags. So I can't really complain. See, there's an 8 out of 10 pair of boots on the little screen, which those, even though they're blue quality, will probably be a champion score upgrade. Let's see. No, they're not. How weird. Well, you know what? Let me open these. Oh, I actually got 2 chests I can use. That's the old one. It's an old one, too. For 2 bags, I mean. We can use the bags and maybe get a little head start on this reset. Because I got 2 of them. Let's see. That took us to 6,800. No better weapon. That took us to 6,827. So, a little bit of gain there. Nothing huge, though. I actually did get a better weapon, but it's a canister, and I don't have an EV on this account. Kind of crappy you get weapons for characters you don't have, but I guess that's just how it works. Well, that's the thing, is you may not spend any time. It may not be an extra 20 minutes. It may actually be shorter, and that's where the RNG element plays in. Is it could be shorter, it could be longer. You just don't know. The only way to know is by doing it. But then additionally, like say it goes an extra 2 waves. What's a wave take? A wave takes, well, I mean, we can look at it right now. I think it's like 90 seconds or 2 minutes. How long does it take you to rebuild a map? You know? But then you have to spend, is the thing. Because the alt is not getting the 10 of 10 gear. The main is getting the 10 of 10 gear. You trade it to the alt, it gets downgraded, and then you have to spend to upgrade it. Well, I mean, these are designed for newer players that don't want to spend $1 million. And it's still not 2 maps, it's 3 maps. You got to do the onslaught, then you got to do the C7, then you trade the gear, upgrade the spend the $1 million gold, then you got to do a C8. So it's still 3 maps. It's the exact same time without spending any money. You got to do the C7 before you can trade. Uh-oh, what do we got going on here? You can't trade without doing the C7. You do. I've tested it many, many times, as early as yesterday. If you don't do the C7 when you trade, the gear gets downgraded to campaign. I know that for a fact because I've done it many, many times, as much as in the last couple of days. It literally is tied to the C7 achievement. So if you don't complete, it drops at campaign quality. When you buy it, it downgrades to campaign quality. I know that 100% for certain. Sadly, the hard way every time, because I forget about it and I do it. And then I get the cold reminder that, oh, I didn't do the C7 map. Plus, where's the C7 10 of 10 gear going to come from anyway, unless you pre-farm it? And if you pre-farm it, then you got to add that in also. So you got to do the map regardless. Well, I mean, why on earth would you do that when you could do expeditions, make more gold, get the crafting materials you want, and still get the 10 out of 10 gear? Because you'd be farming it on your main. So you pre-farm it, it's an extra map. That's 3 maps. If you don't spend and you take this route, it's a chance of 3 maps, but could go as high as 4 maps. It's exactly the same. But it doesn't cost you $1 million gold. So if you're a brand new player that's just starting the game, What would you rather do? You know? And that's what this is all catered to. Everything I do is always catered to the new player in mind. The elitist jerks already know what to do. I don't make videos for them. All about the new folks, you know? DD2, its continued success and further updates rely on new folks coming into the game. It's a free-to-play game, so it needs to have constant new players coming in to keep the game going. That's what kept the game going to this point. Oops, what am I doing? I got another sword right here. It's a 7 out of 10. I'm getting just shitty luck here. Slightly higher champion score, but the luck is not going my way so far this run. I've had this go as quick as 3 waves, which is pretty damn awesome. I'm using diverse mods on it currently. So I got, what? Defense, or I got Motherly Instinct, diverse crit chance, and diverse crit damage. It depends on how you're going to use it and if you're going to play with friends. Like, I've got a friend I play with, and we use 2 dragons sometimes. So you can't have uniques on it if you're going to be in a situation where you're going to use 2. And diverse is shitty until you get it jacked up. I think a lot of people are going with crit chance and diverse crit damage. Yeah, there's a lot of maps where 2 dragons are the meta there now. When it comes to survival, the dragons shine. Oh no, what happened? Catapult. Oh, it was from the Bastille. Oh, Starsky and Hutch. I didn't get the reference at first, but I do remember it now that you mentioned it. I'm picking up what you're throwing down now. Oh man, we got an 8 and a 9. Actually, that was a Chaos 8 piece. Boom. There we go. 4 waves. So 2 maps and 4 waves. We still got to go do the second map, of course. We're 1 map and 4 waves in. Now I'm going to go ahead and do this wave anyway because I got the chest drop chance. So I get the chance of getting the godly piece. But yeah, we're ready to go. We can bail right now, do our Chaos 8 map, and then reset again. This one, if I was blazing through it and not streaming, this would have been like a 20-minute reset. And here I thought I was having bad luck. See, it only takes 1 good drop. And then once it converts over and you start seeing C8 drops, it's just GG's. But like I said, this wave is completely unnecessary. I'm doing it because I'm on my main here, and I'm going to get a chance of getting a chest just for doing 1 more wave. So I got 2 chances at getting a godly drop or a chest drop. So I'm doing this wave even though it's completely unnecessary. I would suggest everybody do the same. And then remember, if your alt gets a bag and a chest, you could save those for the next AP reset. Yeah, from, what is it, 30, reset 33 to 50? Or 33 on up. You're going to want to get, you're going to need to be able to do Chaos 9. You like the 51 badge? I don't know what that one looks like off the top of my head. I'll probably do 50 on this guy, but it depends on if I'm bored with it. And if you guys are enjoying it. If you guys are just enjoying the chill streams, I may do more resets past 51. Alright, just give me my chest, damn you. Well, I mean, the 50 is basically free for a veteran player, you know? Like most players that have been playing a long time, they've already got an alt. They've already got an alt squared away, ready to go. There we go. So, payday. I got my chest. See if this guy got anything. No, this guy just got a bag. But still, I can save that bag. Let's just go ahead and fail. I personally think it's quicker to fail the run than it is to load out to town. I've never actually timed it though, but in my head, it's quicker to let the run fail. Well, the alt doesn't need to be fully decked, but it needs to be capable of doing the content, you know? If you can do Chaos 9 on your alt, then you're good. If you can't do Chaos 9 on your alt, then you can't expect to be carrying Chaos 9 content, you know? Of course, you need to be able to do it. Oh, that was sold all defenses, Neo. It was intentional. Still going to take 6 years to load in because I refuse to clean my inventory out. Good lord, man. This is excessive. All right. No 10s. Try to minimize that a little bit at least. No, we don't need to do anything else with the gear here. We just need to get the win. So let's just pop in and get our Chaos 8 win in Expeditions. Now we'll wait another 17 years. I gotta go through and clean up my inventory. There's a video, exclamation AP in chat, Royal. It's the equivalent of like running 8 to 10 maps to get the first 12 resets done, or 13 resets done. It's slower at the beginning, but as you get your champion score up, the survival route goes faster. I'm actually curious on 32. I think 32, instead of spending, I'm going to do the survival route just to see, just for science. I know it will be longer, but how much longer, you know? How much longer it would take, I have no idea. I mean, if it only takes you an extra 15 minutes, well, then it's not worth spending, you know? God damn it, I did it again and screwed up my windows. Oh, it's so irritating. I'm not used to playing with this many windows active, and I'm constantly tabbing to the wrong windows. Alright, that's good enough. We'll just chillax it out here now. were at 20 resets for a couple years now. Yeah, I mean, going up to 50, you know, it's free, you know. It just requires putting in just the slightest bit of effort and a little bit of time, and you're there. Once you get the first 20 down, you're so far over the hump, you know. Thanks for following there, Jadeite. Appreciate it. You'll be required to get the C9 again. Exclamation AP in chat, Darklash. Takes you through the first 50 resets. And I'll be doing more videos on those as I get to the different brackets, where the next bracket will start at like AP 25 or 26. I mean, we should be at 25 here today, pretty easy. Oh, yeah. Well, then it was 180 maps. That's the part that, you know, and I hate to be this way, but you guys know I've been playing the game for a damn decade. But the people that come in now and complain about how AP resets take too long, the original system, you had to do 180 maps. 180 maps. For one AP reset. And you had to do 180 maps in a game mode that had just been put in that was very, very crashy. And every 3 maps, if you crashed any time within those 3 maps, you had to restart back over to map 1. So 180 maps without crashing. It was the Dark Ages. It was a terrible time. I did I was one of the first people to ever AP reset, and I did my first AP reset, and it took like 22 or 24 hours or something like that. And at the time, it was considered ridiculously fast. Like, other people were taking way longer to do it. Well, I mean, quite a few people quit the game over it. It was a bad time. So, I mean, they have streamlined the system incredibly well compared to what it used to be, you know? So you look at from then to now, and there's just been an absolutely enormous amount of quality of life added in. Well, I mean, you remember that live stream I did was right around onslaught release time. I live streamed for 7 hours and never completed a floor. That was brutal, man. Well, I mean, that reason alone, Ash, is absolutely enormous. When you're talking about a game that's about grinding crafting materials, and if you play for a long time, you're going to have literally thousands of hours of grind into collecting those crafting materials. Having the alt cuts that time in half. So just that reason alone is so enormous. But it also gives you more storage. It gives you easy AP resets. So there are other benefits, but getting the double drops is crazy huge. I mean, between all the different accounts and different platforms, I've got like 15 to 20,000 hours into the game. If I would have been playing with an alt from the beginning, I could have cut all that time in half. Shit, how many hours are in a year? What's the math, y'all? 365 times 24. $13,000-ish. That means that if I would have been playing with an alt since day one, I probably would have had almost an extra year of my life. I mean, come on. That's huge. Huge. It is over 9,000, Darklash. Good call. All right, let's get out of here. Because it's AP reset time again. So that was 3 maps total, Ron, right there. The 1 Onslaught, the 5 Waves of Survival, the 1 Chaos 8. 3 maps. Yeah, pet nukes are fun to play with. Nice little novelty. That was the original. The original Nuke Monk was a pet nuke before people figured out the fourth swing business. I got a golden egg. Yay! Get rid of it. Because those are so worthless now. Nothing worth looking at. Alright, and here we go. Make sure there's no 10s I'm about to drop down in quality that I don't want dropped in quality. Doesn't look like there is. And let's head on over and do another one. Need to get me a gilded run speed shard on this alt account, but I don't have one. And ba-boom! Away we go for our next journey in the wonderful world of ancient power. You have 20,000 hours in Ark? That's crazy, man. I mean, that's a sign that that's a game that you love, right? So, back to Onslaught again. Our highest floor is 41. That's the same floor, isn't it? I think that may have been the same starting floor. That's one of the new premium pets, I believe, Soph. Gems. Yeah, it's just a premium pet. It's like a autumn meow or whatever. It's you must pay money to have this pet, so that's the flex. It's for the collection, you know. They never have before. I'm pretty sure they don't now still, right? Hyper shards? They weren't originally supposed to be protected, no. That was the expense, a lot of times. But that's why, you know, you try not to use a bunch of hyper shards. Like, back in the day, you did the reflect beam build, and it only required 1 upgrade on Vicious Strikes. Automation doesn't require any upgrades, you know? Sparks and shields. You know what? I think we'll just do this for this lane. I'll just throw a few birds down here. Probably good. Cyborgs, dead guys. What do you got up there? We got cyborgs down below. I mean, we can just throw that in, and that will kill the birds, too. And then, what? We got a bunch left. Let's just spam in some dragons here. We still got some left. Holy crap, man. Yeah, whatever. I think that will be fine. Let's just go ahead and get the wave started. And then I'll just slap more dragons around. Just because we can. More dragons, please. One more. We need a bird right there. Because why not? Just bring homie over somewhere where the assassins won't consta wreck them. So any games out there you all are excited about upcoming or currently playing or upcoming updates? I want to do some of those tier 6 POIs in 7 Days to Die, but I just been playing so many other games. I'll probably end up doing a few videos of those. Some of the tier 6 trader quests. What am I doing? You get in the habit of upgrading, and then man, I got a bunch of them. I posted a few on my Discord yesterday. 3 games that I'm definitely curious about. That Desynced game looks really good. It's kind of like a slightly more modern Factorio-ish, or that flavor of game anyway. Factorio, of course, is a legend. Yeah, the First Descendants got another, they've got another beta or something coming up, I believe. You can apply for it right now through Steam. That would be a good one. I'm very curious about that Palia game, but I'm worried that it will consume a bunch of my time. It's like a Stardew Valley MMO. People are raving about it. Like, I literally haven't heard a single negative thing about it. And I do really enjoy Stardew Valley. But I don't want to dump, you know, get hooked on something and dump 1,000 hours into that game. The good thing about Stardew Valley is I can come and go as I please. You know? Play for a little while, have some fun, do some chill streams, then take a break from 6 months and not play Stardew again, you know? Definitely one of the super nice things about Stardew for sure. new Paragon on TD6. I'm sure that they'll keep releasing them. Bloons TD6, I think, is still real profitable. I mean, they've done a great job at keeping their games updated. I mean, they still update TD5, and that's quite old now. But TD6 has got a lot of players, so I mean, there's no doubt that they will continue. Depends on the hero and your playstyle. Better is a matter of opinion. I personally, if I was playing a Gun Witch, I like AP better. If I'm playing a Countess, I like hero damage better. If I'm playing the Monk, I like hero damage better. So it's a matter of what you like and what hero. Oh, I know. That, and it was everything. It wasn't that one guy made the game. It's one guy did the music, the art, everything. You know? Concerned Ape is, that's quite the impressive feat. A lot of times, like, if it's a solo indie developer, they'll outsource the music. And they'll use, they'll either use, like, royalty-free stock music, or they'll pay somebody to compose the music or whatever. He did all of that himself. The art, the music, the coding, the design, everything. It's seriously impressive. Uh-oh, there goes my mouse. Come back to me, mouse. I think I got to short my mouse. It's like 20 times a day now. My mouse disconnects and then reconnects. Yeah, no doubt, huh? Yeah, I actually run Windows updates all the time. They're the most irritating thing ever. I don't know how a company so big that owns so much of the market can fuck up updates so bad. Well, it's not a connection issue, it's the mouse itself. It's an old mouse. I'm due for a new one. I think there's a short in it. I mean, you being able to hear the sound is just how I've got my audio set up in OBS. It has nothing to do with the issue. Because when I got music playing, I don't put a separate channel for music. I just mute all other sound and am using desktop sound. And the USB disconnect is a part of desktop sound. So, like, if I was using in-game music, I would have the music taken directly from that window to a channel. But since I'm not, I don't. Which the in-game music in all the Dungeon Defenders games are great. I've just been listening to it a whole really long time. I'm actually due for some new background music. I gotta go through Techno X's collection again and pick out some new stuff. I wish he had a bigger reggae and ska collection, but he covers every single type of music that you could possibly think of, but he does almost no reggae and no ska, and that's what I'd really like to have going on. All right. So we got our first map done. Let's head back to Tavern and go through the loot. I don't know. I'll look. Oh, that's not a big deal. I don't know. I'll take a peek, though. I'll keep an eye out for one. Yeah, the drops are only up for, what, 2-3 more days. I use a relatively inexpensive mouse that lasts a long time, so I'm not about to even bother checking for solders. I use those Razer Naga mouses. I think the prices have gone up since I bought one, but they used to be fairly affordable. Let's see. There's a defense rate right there. Chaos 7, all right, Soph. I'll save that one for you. Thanks so much for following there, City Zombie. All right, let's see where this gets us. Why am I cracking those open? I don't want no more pet goo. All right, we got swords out the ass because I was on my squire through that. We're 73, 75 there. Well, 7,600 on that axe. So gonna be staying squire this reset. Took us to 7,200 that time. So that's still Chaos 7 territory. It works into the average. It doesn't give you increased, which I didn't get a shield drop there to check it, huh? I don't think it gives you an increase. Well, I mean, here, this won't cost anything. We can check. Where am I at? I'm at 7272. Yeah, so it doesn't count. It shouldn't. It shouldn't be additive anyway. It would make it unfair for, or it would make it so that that would be the hard meta, you know? Let's see how the RNG treats us this time. Yeah, I just don't have a gun witch on my alt is the problem. And I have no need for a gun witch on my alt. Yeah, man. Getting that last shard for gilding is so nice. With the bag space. Nice, Divinity. Grats. Well, yeah, gas are always an assumed. Gas and snare are, like, two of the most powerful things in the game in DDA. All right, RNG, be kind, be kind. Thanks for following there, bloody hell. Man, I derped the placement, huh? Yep. Got him too far up. Oops. There we go. I can find the right window. I promise. I've still got a few that need one more too. The problem is you come to that You know, when you get to gilding shards just for the collection and you know it's something you're never going to use. That's the shards I'm at now. That and duplicates. I'm addicted to getting more and more and more. I've got far too many Gilded Destruction shards now. I bet I've got 30 of them that have not been used in 5 years. But every destruction shard I get, I still save it so I can gild another one. It's a terrible addiction. I've got 50 plus of them. I don't remember the exact number, but I do remember it was over 50. Oh, I would happily give Gilded Destructions away if you could. Yeah, I'm about in the same. Maybe even a little bit more. What do we got? What do we got? No, not much drops. We got a headpiece. It's a 5 out of 10, so that is not going to be an upgrade. Nope. Let's go ahead and use our bag from last run, see if we can get any luck. No, nothing. Wow, denied. Denied. Gotta remember too, all those vaults and bags full of shards, those are slowing down your loading times because you got 5 tabs between your inventory and vault or whatever that are just full of shards that are just sitting there waiting for more copies, which will take up even more space before you finally get them gilded. You know, I still have a couple of survival shards to get gilded, but I'm not even sure which ones are left that I really want. I'm not gilding everything anymore. Like, originally I gilded every shard. I don't care about that anymore. So I'm not going to gild something I'm just not going to use. I just insta-scrap all those now. But I've got a little different perspective now than I used to have. I better get wrecked. There we go. Say he's creeping a little uncomfortably close. Creeping a little bit close. A 1 of 10 boots. Boo. Is this going to be the shitty RNG run? I think it is. Too soon to tell. I shouldn't cry yet. It doesn't take much to take you over the hump at this point. So like one really good drop and it's GG's. You're there, you know? I hate that when Steam changes their user interface, you have to go back through and change all your settings again. Those little pop-ups when somebody on your friends list fires up a game, I can't stand that. 50 plus, it's just 21 maps every time. There's no shortcuts. So you do your AP reset. You do your highest onslaught floor. Actually, it's 22 maps. So you do your highest onslaught floor, you auto-equip the gear, you do one Chaos 9 map, that unlocks floor 300, and then you do 300 to 320. So that's actually 23, isn't it? But there's no shortcuts at that point because you're past the highest unlock. So champion score doesn't matter anymore. Alright, come on, drops. Nothing. What do we got here? 6 of 10 chest. Oh man, and a totem. Yeah, this is definitely appears to be turning into the bad luck round. I gotta quit jinxing it by saying that. I'm encouraging it to happen. It's RNG. If you're not spending money or defender medals on shards to guild them, it's straight RNG. It could take one person 10 hours to guild one shard. It could take another person 1,000 hours to guild that same shard. There is no general time frame. Basically, grind shards, and when you get enough defender medals to buy one, buy the shard. But it comes around to what's your biggest priority. You know, if your biggest priority is unlocking a new hero rather than getting a gilded shard, then save up for the hero instead, you know? Kind of the choose your own adventure type thing. It gives it an increased level of power, and then additionally, when you're doing AP resets, a gilded shard never resets. So once you gild it, it's max power. You never need to upgrade it again. Man, I am getting really bad luck here now. I've made no gains in AP, and we're on the 5th wave, and this is the RNG side of it, definitely. I mean, we could always get lucky here on this wave. Yeah, the shard vendor, you can buy shards with defender medals. So what? You need 11 of a shard. How much are they for one? 1,200 defender medals. So you would need 13,200 defender medals for every gilded shard. I mean, that's fair. The main thing is defense rate. By gilding a defense rate shard, it makes it so you don't require a mod. Or is it 1k? Yeah, so 1k, so 11,000 defender medals. It's been a long time since I bought a shard, so I don't remember what they are, but 11,000 defender medals gilds a shard. Start to finish. Yeah, just get... Oh, shit, man. Wasn't paying attention. Just getting the free 50 on the alt for the extra gold. Alright, come on, please have gotten something here. No chest. Bang it, man. Here's a Chaos 8 sword. That will certainly help. Let's see. Not enough. Let's see if the chest will help us. Or the bag. Still not enough. So yeah, now we're getting the other end of it. So now we've hit the potential of 3 maps. And now we're going over that. So we're going to be 3 maps plus however many waves it takes for us to get up to 7850. Well, it's been a while, good while, Rexa, since I've done an AP reset, so it's not bad right now. That, and with all the quality of life they've added in and all the catch-up mechanics and stuff for newer players, it makes it so easy compared to what it used to be, you know? I mean, this alt had 2 AP resets on it when I started doing AP resets this time around. Those 2 AP resets took me longer than I think the next 20 have with the different systems changes. So it's just so easy peasy lemon squeezy now, you know, in comparison. Obviously, if it's your first experience, you have nothing to compare it to. So it may not seem quite as easy to you as a lot of people make it out to be, but yeah, I mean, that's why I only did 72. I actually, those extra 2 were just pure pain to do. Like, originally, I think I went to, like, 20 or whatever. God dang it. No weapon or armor drop. So, yeah, now we're going 2 waves over. Which is a huge bummer. And this is the other end of it. You know, last reset, we did 2 maps and 4 waves. This reset's going to be 2 maps and 7 waves if I get this one, if it hits in this one, but it's all about getting in the drop. RNG is back to hating me once again. Didn't take long. Did not take long for RNG to go back on the hate train. Right. Oh my god, just relics. There's a bow and a chest. It's a 3 of 10 chest. That's a 0 of 10 bow. Oh man. Please get me. Oh, it got me. Woo, lucky. Now, the problem now is I'm what? I mean, I'm far enough away now where I'm not going to bother continuing it to get the chest. But if I wasn't streaming and trying to get through as many as I can today, I probably would have just done to wave 80 just to get the chance at the chest and the bag. Just because why not, right? All right, so now we got to go do our Chaos 8. So what, this one will end up being 3 maps and 2 waves. So slightly longer, still haven't spent a single thing on anything though. In my head, I'm a very superstitious person, Mad Max, and in my head, it takes longer to load doing that. Yeah. Ancient power. Or ability power, depending on the context you're using it. Nothing good. Just go right on in. It's probably quicker just to leave game. Like I said, I don't know. It's just one of those things that's in my head. I feel like you should avoid town, in my opinion, at all costs, as far as loading screen time goes. And I don't know if that's even remotely true. It's all superstition. But when you just leave a match, you load into town. And in my opinion, it feels like it takes longer to loading into town and loading out of town. So it may not be right at all. It's just a superstition thing. Oh, the things that go on in my head. Too many years working on a craps table. And you create all of these make-believe superstitions for yourself. That is like the most superstitious casino game in the entire world. There's so many things that you had to watch what you were doing. City Zombie with the sub. Thank you so much. Thanks, sir, Spectre. You're an employee working on a craps table. You could literally cuss somebody out and insult their mother, and they would be less mad at you than they would be if you said just said the number 7 out loud. It's so funny how people work when it comes to gambling, you know? Thanks for the follow. I do appreciate it. You know, if the dealer slides the dice out to you and one of the dice hit a chip or something and bounce over to the number 7, oh my God, it's like the end of the world. Well, I mean, unless the customer or the player is just a complete asshole, dealers want the player to win. The house, of course, doesn't. But the dealers that are working there, they all want the player to win. Because in most cases, they're working for tips. And unless the player wins, they're not going to get tips. So, I mean, every dealer wants to be handing out winning hands to people. Unless, like I said, you get a complete asshole and you want them to go away. Well, the quickest way to get them to go away is to have them lose their money. And then they go away. You know? But in most cases, where you're dealing with people that are out having a good fun, every place will. It burns a card is why. I could tell you from my years of experience as a blackjack dealer. Every time, like if you're playing on a 6-deck, playing blackjack on a 6-deck shoe, every time there's a dealer change, one card is burned out of the deck. Well, the most cards that are in the deck are 10s. 10, Jack, Queen, King, you know? You got 4 different types. So statistically, every time a card is going to burn, it has the higher probability of being a 10 than anything else. And the house, of course, wants those 10s out of the deck. Well, that's just how the superstitions work. People don't realize that you walk into a casino, you just plan on it being entertainment and you're throwing that money away. That's just how it is. I mean, these big impressive feats of architecture in these casinos in Vegas, that wasn't charity. People paid for that, you know? What's going on there, Finn? How you doing? But a lot of people just don't grasp it. I mean, people think that they've got their strategy. This is the way to take the house. Well, no matter what you do, a perfect card counter is not guaranteed to win. A perfect card counter, it increases their advantage because they know when a deck is more in their favor, and then that's when they bet more money. And then they know when a deck is not in their favor, and that's when they lower their bet. But even a perfect card counter, statistically, the house still wins. Still has the advantage. The benefit from card counting is not counting your cards. The benefit from card counting is knowing when to raise and lower your bet. You know? If the deck has a higher chance of the player winning, then you raise your bet. And if the deck has a higher chance of the house winning, then you lower your bet, you know? Because I try to keep my YouTube content as family friendly as possible. I actually cuss little enough where it would not be an issue as far as monetization. You can say fuck. You just can't say it every other word. There. I cussed, y'all. We are no longer a family-friendly stream. Do you see what y'all made me do? YouTube is a very diverse viewer base. So unless you're specifically trying to appease one particular demographics group, then it's in your best interest. I mean, who can't have a conversation without cussing? If you can't, you probably got a problem. Your mom's not coming to take your tablet away from me. Your mom's coming to take your tablet away because you've been watching all them dirty hot tub streams, bro diggity. We know why your mom is taking your tablet away. You can't fool us. Try it out sometime, y'all. Just search Dungeon Defenders on the search bar on Twitch. And then click on a game and see what it says. Because you know you get that people who watch Dungeon Defenders generally watch these channels. That suggested thing, it is always hot tub streamers. Always. And that's not from me, y'all. That's from you all. I didn't do it. I ain't watching no hot tub streamers. Why on earth would you watch a hot tub streamer when there's the internet? Oh, I'm not calling myself out. I'm calling you out, Royal. You're the simp. Not me. I mean, just the internet is so full of other things. Why on earth would you ever watch a hot tub streamer? Well, you know what I'm talking about. Twitch is on the internet. If you're watching something on Twitch, you've got a web browser as well. Oh, dude, that would be the most clickbaity successful YouTube video ever. If someone went through, anyone that's starting a YouTube channel, here you go. Thanks to L, we just got you your first big viral video. You are in. I'm not putting it on my channel, but you put it on yours, and it is going to be hugely successful for you. What were we doing? Or this was the Chaos 8 win. Okay. I lost track of where I was at. Anyway, what you do is you make a tier list video of hot tub streamers. The tier list video of hot tub streamers. That right there is 1 million views instantly on a brand new YouTube channel that has never put a video up. Now prepare for all the hate, because you're going to get a shitload of hate. But let me tell you, There's going to be a whole lot of people watching that video. Well, Bogo doesn't even stream anymore, does he? He just pretends to stream now. I haven't seen his stream pop up in so long. All right, so that was 3 maps plus 2 waves. 3 maps plus 2 waves. You got anything worth keeping? Doesn't look like it. Better watch out, Soph. Creepier Frog might be watching. All right, what do we have here? We've got AP reset 23 working to 24. Wives are different than girlfriends. This is true. This is true. Yuri, you shouldn't be. But if you are, I'm guessing it's some kind of a rollback bug, maybe, where your game is rolling back to a previous save or something along those lines. But that's just a complete guess. So don't take that to heart too much, you know? What's going on, Colton? Bluey, what up, what up? EDA used to have rollback problems, but that was a long time ago. I was actually getting XP rollbacks once. That was super early, like right when the game first launched. I was getting XP rollbacks. I don't know, Bluey. I just showed. I did for many years. Buy me a webcam, Dollar Money, and I'll plug one back in again. Alright, Geo Lavagard throwers. Let's just avoid any unpleasant business. And just assume that an enemy is going to throw at this core from the spawn, because they're meanies like that. What do we got? We got Frosty Fodder, Hex Sigard Whompers. I think we just throw that down. Go something like that. Won't be able to get, let's do that lane. And just to be safe, I'll throw a couple of birds back here. God damn it, I just did it again with my windows. Need to lock these in. You don't send the webcam, Dollar Money. You send the money. You send the dollar money is how you do it. And that doesn't require an address. All right, we got Timmy up top. We got Geo Hex Throwers. I mean, I don't feel like swapping and dealing with the Curse of Kazi. Oops. Shit, did I just throw water R's over there? No, those are flame R's. So what I'm going to do is just this. We'll just spam some flame R's around. And then we'll dump everything else into birds here. Good enough. Well, the plan right now is 50, or 49, but I don't know. I mean, I might get bored at 35 and stop. I mean, we'll have to see. What I gain out of it is so minimal. Basically, I'm getting 5,000 gold a map, for the future. So if I do 10 resets, that alt is going to earn 50,000 more gold per map, is all I'm getting out of it. If I do 50 resets, it's going to be earning 250,000 extra gold per map. 100 resets, 500,000 gold per map, etc., etc. All those shirts are all worn out now, Soph. It's been too long since they sent me a shirt. The last bit of merch I got, Dungeon Defenders merch I got, was a sweatshirt, and it shrunk 87 sizes when I washed it, and it's my wife's now. It's a Dungeon Defenders Going Rogue or Awakened sweatshirt. Yeah, I'm resetting the little baby screen, Bluey. So yeah, I have no Dungeon Defenders merch. I actually got a beanie. I got a DD2 beanie, and then I got a I got some little pins and stuff. I probably still have a Dungeon Defenders Awakened t-shirt. Yeah, that's what the little screen is. Twinkie! Thanks for the sub there, Twinkie. That was hard work, man, making that frame. I looked back at it. I didn't do a perfect job on it. I made that frame myself. I took the... You guys remember the old Drakenfrost Dungeon Defenders 2 logo? I took that logo and cut it apart and made that frame from the old DD2 Drakenfrost logo. But I didn't line everything up perfect. And I made the end brackets wider on one side than the other. I didn't notice any of that prior to doing it. So big old face palms on that one. But that was what, 3 or 4 days ago. That's what I did while I was attempting to wake up. So to be fair, I did just very first wake up. Yeah, but Frostar is single target, so it's only going to hit one thing. You can use the little explosion thing in it, but if you want a combo, just use Petrify. It's just in your best interest. You get an additional bonus out of it. The Shatter combo is terrible now, so it's not worth pursuing at all. The left bracket sits a little off and isn't connected. What the hell, Soph? Standard issue shit, Chroma. I think I got encroaching, destruction, and deadly strikes on it. I don't have anything good on it. It's all standard issue stuff. Exclamation YouTube if you've never watched any of my YouTube vids, and all this stuff is all outlined there. Puppy with the sub. Thank you so much. You gotta remember, this is an alt reset. I could literally pull all the shards off of this and still win. It's a Chaos 10 geared character doing Chaos 7 difficulty content. So there is nothing to look at here. It's the Ancient Power alt strategy is what you guys are watching here, not anything impressive from anything at all that's on any of these defenses. Because it's overpowering the content many, many times over, you know? Subscribers, you follow on Twitch, you subscribe on YouTube. On Twitch, when you subscribe. It's financial support for the streamer. So it's why people stream on Twitch. Without that system, no one would be here. Amazon Prime for the win. Every Amazon Prime customer gets one free Twitch sub a month. Yeah, but bits are kind of a ripoff. No one ever gives you bits, first off. And plus, bits they charge you so much for. Like, never give bits to a streamer. If you want to donate money to a streamer, give them a donation. Don't give them bits. TikTok is for dancy girls, not for gamers. There, Crema. Well, I mean, they charge you for it. I don't know what the conversion is now, but like to get 100 bits, you have to pay like $1.20 or whatever. So you're paying 20% more. Yeah, you can get bits for free, like non-existent amount of bits that just don't matter much, you know? I'm talking about if you're going to like send somebody a $5 donation or something. Don't send them 500 bits unless you got the bits for free. Because it's going to cost you like $7 to donate $5. You know? You know what I'm saying? I mean, obviously, free is free. So if you get it for free, that's good shit. Yeah, I live in the United States. All right. That map is now complete. But yeah, anyway, bits are Amazon gouging. I mean, no streamer is going to complain about it, but it's not in your best interest to send people bits. Like for subs, the streamer pays the cut. For bits, the viewer pays the cut up front. Like without even using the bits. I mean, I don't even know how much it is now. I just know that it's expensive to buy bits. But, you know, if you get the bits for free, then of course you get the bits for free. My goal at the moment is to go to 50, but I don't know where I'll stop at, to be honest. We're to 10s today. I'm supposed to be getting 10 out of 10s on stream, right? Isn't that how streamer luck works? Apparently not. Alright, so what tier gear we get this time? We're still getting 7 out of 10 stuff. Looks like a bow is our highest quality piece, this bow right here. That is so weird that one's 68-61. It's because of the sub roll. So let's switch over to a huntress. We'll auto-equip. That only got me to 7,100. I'm missing a piece, huh? No, I'm not missing a piece. That is so weird. This is a low start. It's been at, like, what, 7,400 the whole time? I'm not showing off any gear right now, Chroma. At all. I'm trying to get through these as quick as possible. Exclamation YouTube in chat. You can see what I've got on every hero right there. Okay, I still get this Chaos 7 unlocked, so that's good. So let's pop in and get back to the survival. Hopefully this doesn't take too long. But this is my lowest start of the day. As far as champion score, that was some raw luck there, man. It is some raw luck. Yeah, you can do that too. I don't want to swap. I don't want to create new heroes. I don't want to do any work. So I just filled the deck with what I had. Yeah, that split screen, the update won't be out soon, but it should be on PTR testing pretty soon. Could happen at any time. The split screen and cross saves and all that stuff. Well, you won't be able to play test the cross saves, but the split screen. Somebody's screaming outside. Let me take a peek out the window. That was just violent sounding enough where I feel like I should look. 1 sec, y'all. That was nothing. It was 2 little kids riding bikes down the road yelling at each other. Like little kids, so they were real screamy, like still training wheels on the bikes and whatnot. But yeah, they were some little squealers. It sounded like 2 people arguing, though. It didn't sound like little kids on bikes. God damn it, I did it again. I derped the placement. Just Google how to run 2 Steam accounts on one PC, and it'll give you a dozen alternatives. Nah, I went out on the front porch and looked. I've looked out the window first. But I didn't see anything, so I went out on the front porch and looked, and it was 2 little brats. Damn brats. They're bike riding. They're noisy bike riding. Alright, come on, RNG. Be there for me this time. Because this is a low start, so we're going to need a little luck. No, they were smart enough not to come on my lawn. These are all 5-acre properties around here, the road that I live on. So there's not very many people. Most of the homeowners here are armed. There's not very many people that would be stupid enough to go on someone's lawn in this neighborhood. So that's not a problem we have. That, I mean, like, we got a big Bernese mountain dog. She's still a puppy. And she ain't having it. Let me tell you, a leaf drops out of a tree and Pepper goes ape shit. So if there was a stranger walking through our property, oh my god, she would go nuts. The problem is she wouldn't actually do anything, because even though she's big and she's loud, she's still a puppy. So she will run over to you acting like she's going to tear your head off, but the whole time her tail would be wagging. You know? So we're at that stage with Pepper. But boy, she is a little cutie. All right, we got loot. We got an 8 out of 10. Chaos 8? That's what I'm talking about, RNG. Where the hell did that come from? Our lowest champion score start of the day, and we got a bunch of Chaos 8 gear on the ground. Mouse took a shit again. Wow. That's incredibly awesome. Let's see what it takes us to. Oh my god, we're only 100 short. One wave. Let's see if Mana Node gives us something shiny. No. That is so awesome. That was one wave, y'all. But, I mean, I still need another 100. It might take me another 10 waves to get the next 100. Because you know how RNG is. Sometimes it loves us, sometimes it hates us. Well, I'm not... This is a no gold spending run. I'm trying to show people how to do it without spending anything. Where, obviously, I got enough crafting materials. I could have just popped an upgrade or two on it and been done. But I don't want to spend. I might spend at 32. I'm not sure there yet. But my plan at the moment is to not spend. Well, I mean, everyone who plays the game long-term should have an alt, for sure. I don't have it in front of me, Puffy, to go through it, but it says whatever it says on the tooltip. I just waited on that Drakenlord, but now I just want this to be over. That's the game's limitation. It's not a choice that they made. That's what the game can handle. You can't go over that number. It's a integer. And look, not one piece of loot on the ground that wave. Not one single drop. Not even a green quality drop. That's so crazy how RNG is. Well, you just get the minimum. Like, get the free bag for doing the quest. Figure you'll want the free defender medals anyway. And then for defender, with the defender medals, either get shards gilded if they're going to be hard carrying, or buy the goblin item insurance with the defender medals, and you can trade those to your main, and they have some gold value. Like for me, anytime my alt account gets up to 1,200 defender medals, I go and I buy a goblin item insurance. No, you can't trade shards. But, I mean, the alt, like in most people's cases, the alt would be carrying the main. Where here, my main is carrying my alt. So if the alt was carrying the main, it would be beneficial to have some gilded shards. You know? At least like defense rate, destruction. Google it. That guy, it'll give you whole lots of different ways to do it. It's not something I'm going to go into because it's a little bit of gray area with the Steam terms of service. So I'm never going to do a walkthrough on how to do it. But if you Google how to run 2 Steam accounts on one PC, it will literally give you dozens of options. God damn it. Mouse went again. I gotta replace this bad boy. Alright, we got a sword on the ground. It's a Chaos 8 sword, so I might have to switch over. Yeah, that will actually get me. So let me pull this gear off. We'll switch over to the Squire, and we'll auto-equip on the Squire, and boom. Chaos 8 is now unlocked. That was, what? That was 3 waves, y'all. 3 waves. So let's ditch this mofo. I gotta have side buttons off. World of Warcraft has hooked me to using a Razer Naga type mouse with all the side buttons. I can't function without it now. I try a normal mouse, and it just feels bad. I don't know, it feels like I'm missing something. And it's just because all those side buttons, I actually use them. And my thumb knows exactly where to go for each one, just from all the years of use. And I think there's a wireless Razer Naga now, but I think they're kind of pricey. My wife spends a lot of time training the dog. She's got a lot of background with that sort of thing. I'm the bad influence. I give the dog treats, and I throw things for the dog to run after. My wife is in charge of doggy discipline. I'm the guy that can't go into the kitchen and grab a snack, or the dog is right on me, and it's my own fault because I've given the dog so many snacks. Oh, I do the same thing, Spectre. In fact, like when I'm playing an ARPG, which is very button intensive for a lot of people, I use my mouse and I use one of those little mini keypads, a Razer Tartarus. And that's all I use, is a Tartarus in my mouse. Wireless Naga's $100. Yeah, I mean, that would be great. I just don't have an extra $100 laying around, and this one's still working. It just disconnects every now and then. So, I mean, I'll get it replaced eventually, but I'm living on the edge at the moment as far as finances go, so I don't have extra money laying around for things like a mouse. Now, if my current mouse completely went out, then I would just take the credit card debt. That way I can continue doing what I'm doing. But no extra funds for luxuries. In fact, that's why today's stream is so short, because I'm going to go Uber driving. Got to make some money. As much as I would absolutely love for this to be my full-time job, it is just not quite. And let me tell you, Pepper wants to eat. And the name of the Asian YouTuber used to upload. Yeah, it's O'Night Pineberries. He's the shit, man. He's a legend. He actually came back and played DD2 for a minute, and he played DDA for a minute as well. He's an absolute legend, though. You forgot. Yeah, you got to claim them before the next one picks up. I did the same thing, Zero. I let it run all night, watching... I don't remember who I was watching. I think I was watching Self Manifest, because he streams really late. Late for me. And so I just let it run watching Self Manifest, and I came back. I hadn't claimed it. O'Night Pineberries was... He was, you know, he's a legend as far as content creators go. That, and he's a good person. You know? I mean, I don't know him personally, but I've had many conversations with him, and he just seems like a good dude, you know? He was doing one thing right more than any other Dungeon Defender streamer or content creator at the time. And that was he was having an enormous amount of fun, and it showed in his videos. I was actually introduced to DD1 by the Orcs Must Die community. One of my old high-scoring co-op partners. I used to really be into the high scoring back in like the OMD1 and OMD2 days. And in OMD2, one of my co-op partners ended up getting hooked on DD1, and that's how I started playing it. So I started a little late. Sweaty Spectre, thank you so much, man. I do appreciate it a ton. I think there's still some people around, Twinkie. There's people that leave comments on my videos, and sometimes there's a few people that come and hang out at the streams, and all they do the whole time is talk about doing insane mode in DD1, and everybody's like, dude, what are you talking about? You can, like, let that run while you're making dinner. And they're on console, you know? That was huge. That Games with Gold thing was huge on Xbox. You know, DD1 on Xbox ended up having, like, 2.7 million downloads. And that was a number from, like, 2 years ago. It was, like, 2.7 million. And it was the Games for Gold was a big part of that. That's more downloads than any Dungeon Defenders game has had on any platform ever. DD2 hasn't had that many downloads. DDA, of course, was nowhere near that. DD1 may be approaching that number now, but it's taken all the way till now, you know? It was an enormous amount of players. Actually, mobile is the only thing that had more downloads, as far as I'm aware. Now, obviously, I get all algorithm info. I don't know any first-hand info. But I'm pretty sure on Android, it was over 2.7 million downloads. When I first played it, I was coming from Orcs Must Die, and I liked that whole dark, dungeony theme of Orcs Must Die. I popped into Dungeon Defenders. I joined a public map, and there's flashy shit going off everywhere, and these auras everywhere, and you couldn't see a thing. I hated it. I instantly uninstalled and went back to Orcs Must Die. And then it was much later. That's why I started playing it so late. The friend of mine from Orcs Must Die is like, dude, you got to give this game another chance, you know? And I gave it another chance and was hooked. Yeah, that's where it originally started. It wasn't planned to, but that's how it worked out. There was some issues with their publisher on PC and consoles for DD1. So Trendy self-published it to mobile before they were able to get it launched on PC or consoles. And it was big. There was nothing at the time. I mean, now there's some really cool games on mobile. But at the time, there was nothing like it, you know, as far as mobile games. It was quite revolutionary. I mean, shit, it was a Unreal Engine 3 tutorial back in the day. For anyone that's been into that, way back when, you could download Unreal Engine 3 and learn how to make games by going through building the first map, the Deeper Well from Dungeon Defenders, and it was an Unreal tutorial. So, I mean, it was a very influential part of gaming. In fact, Augie said once, or maybe it was JavaHawk said once publicly, that when Dungeon Defenders launched, there was actually a window where it was beating the new Call of Duty game as far as Steam numbers go. That is huge, man, for a little indie company. To be beating a big dog like Call of Duty. And then he said, I think it was JavaHawk said it. JavaHawk was the studio manager for a long time. He said, he's like, it was only a few days, but you get ahead of Call of Duty on the Steam front page, even for a day when you're an indie company, and it's so huge, you know? JavaHawk was a good dude for sure. And Isom too. I miss Isom quite a bit. Wrong account. Might as well clean up the inventory while we're here though. Still no 10s, man. Boo. I don't think he's with Warframe anymore. He might be, but I don't believe he is. He ended up having the California Live-In crit damage chip. God, I hate to de-level that when it's already Chaos 8. But I don't want to. I'm too lazy to go back to my tavern right now. Yeah, Dragon Spam is the meta. I guess we're gonna have to do it. I won't be able to trade here in town, or somebody will insta snag it before I get a chance to. For AP resets, the Nimbus is doing really good too. I would have never risked a controller servo in town. That's just crazy stuff. You gotta look at who's there too. Like, there's known people that are kind of dominant market people. If one of those are in town with you, you put something up, it's gone. Every defense is basically the same, Berlina. You got mass destruction, and whatever third shard. I'm using Dragon's Haste as the third shard for their movement speed. You can just spam dragons at the cores in C10, Zero Zingo. As long as you got a DPS here, I can burn the Phoenix. Alright. Yeah, I hate to take the extra time, but at the same note, I don't want to de-level a crit damage. So let me yoink that bad boy. Might as well look through my inventory now. Looks like nothing else. The Huntress is definitely a beast for burning the bird. I'll head back out now. Do the reset. It's up to you, Hernan. You'll have you'll be at max ascension caps resetting there. So it's kind of up to you. The only benefit you will gain from climbing further is higher minimum ascension, which is not a bad thing, but it's not really a necessary thing either. Like, once you get over 3060 ascension, everything else is just quality of life. It's completely not needed. But of course, it's always nice to have. So that's just makes it your call. Willing to buy gilded run speed. Oof. All right, so that is 23 done, or 24 done. I'm now working on 25. You get a high minimum ascension, but it's just for flex. It has no real value other than it gives you the quality of life of not having to have multiple characters to do one thing. But anything over 3060, that's all it gives you. Like if you have 3060, you can max out one defense. So if you wanted to max 2 defenses, you'd have to create another hero and have like max flame auras on one and max boost aura on the other. If you got to 6060, you could do 2. 9060, you could do 3, etc., etc. Let's see. It's 43 now. It just doesn't... You don't gain anything from it, is what I'm saying. Especially considering if you get to that point, you're going to have a shitload of hero slots anyway. And having the extra hero just doesn't really matter that much. Best way to farm shards is do the chaos tier that you're looking for a shard for in expeditions. And go win streak bonuses. Yeah, I've got the same stuff. When you get when you're 4 maps, after you run a map 4 times in a row, you're getting a bonus shard from that tier. So like if you're looking for, say, destruction, you'd want to run Chaos 1, and on your 4th consecutive map, you'd get 2 Chaos 1 shard packs. Alright, Draken's Barrage, long shot just won't matter. In fact, we'll just do, we don't even need all this stuff. Let me just do that. What do we got? Curse of Kazi. We'll throw a little reflect beam action in up front. And then just do something like that too. Dreadbones. Let's build those back a little further. In fact, I should have built those back a little further. Let me just throw an extra aura in here. Actually, it's got enough overlap. Completely unnecessary. Spellbreaker Air Raid. So, I mean, we can just spam that one up. Timmy and Front Line. These are just spammers. We got flyers there, so we'll go with a water aura for that controlled burn. This is a spammer. I mean, at this state, every lane is a spammer, but... And then we'll just throw a bunch of dragons around in rando spots, because why not? Good enough. Let's get it. It's always good to mix it up. But yeah, a lot of people do that. I know I've got a friend that's been a friend ever since I was a teenager back in DC. He's played RuneScape all the way since the beginning, from way back when. Still plays RuneScape. All he does is grind RuneScape. That's it. Well, speedrunners, it depends on the competition. That, and even most of those bounce through many games. Look at Argic. Argic is an old Dungeon Defenders player. He's a big Sonic speedrunner, but he plays all the Sonic games. He speedruns all of them, you know? I feel like that captain was a little uppity over here, so let me just throw a couple upgrades in. Yeah, it's on my YouTube channel, Rusty. I go through 1 to 50, bracket by bracket, on my YouTube channel. If you just watched the video that was on 13, I said in the video, if you're looking for another tier, then click the cards up above, and the video is linked up there, but it'll be on my YouTube channel if you look at it. It's just from a few days ago. Basically do the same thing, though. It just takes a little longer. Going 1 to 13, you got a long way to climb to get Chaos 8 unlocked, so it takes like 30 survival waves instead of it only taking like 2 or 3 or 5 or whatever. Well, that's the thing. I mean, those people world record in much longer than, or much shorter time than that, and then they switch over to another game. Like I said, it comes down to the competition for speedrunners. For people that are looking for world records, if they set the world record and nobody breaks it, there's no reason to play the game again, you know? Because that's only on expeditions. It's not on onslaught. This is an onslaught map. They changed that a while ago. Just kind of another quality of life thing they added in. Yeah, it's super, super rare is what I'm saying. It's not like even the person that you see, you know, like there's a lot of Dungeon Defenders 1 players that have been playing Dungeon Defenders 1 for 10 plus years, and that's their main game. But you look and they're playing different stuff all the time. It's just, you know, it's just they're still playing Dungeon Defenders 1 after 10 years, but that's not the only thing they play. In most cases, anyway. I'm sure there's some cases where they only do 1. That's when it's just a full addiction, is what it is. I mean, you can get addicted to video games. I am a big culprit of that with World of Warcraft. I was full-blown addicted on World of Warcraft. Like, to a point where my wife had to tell me, dude, you got a problem. I mean, like, I woke up in the morning and I had to log into World of Warcraft. I had to. Yeah, it's way cheaper than drugs, for sure. World of Warcraft cost me, what, $15 a month? That was it. God dang it, there goes the mouse again. I'm going to have to get this thing replaced soon, I think. I mean, in World of Warcraft, I was the guy that, okay, this crafting recipe has a 0.1% chance to drop. So if you kill so many thousands of this elemental or this trash mob or whatever that spams out in the world in a specific zone, you could potentially get that drop. Oh, I was the guy that went and farmed all those. Like, I sat there and I killed enemies, the same enemies, over and over and over and over again for 16 hours a day for 2 weeks. And the drop finally happens, and then I moved on to the next one. It was an addiction, you know, full-blown addiction. My heyday was when it was about the accounts. So I spent a big spell leveling accounts and selling accounts. There was a time where a level 60 account back in the day in vanilla WoW with no real gear, just being level 60, sold for like $200 cash. So I sold a pretty enormous amount of accounts in WoW over the years. My son did it too. He saw what I was doing and he's like, so you're saying if I buy another World of Warcraft account, I can do this and make $200? I'm like, yeah, you can. My World of Warcraft now has a high warlord, a grand marshal. I mean, now it's not the same as it used to be, but if I would have sold that account back then, it would have sold for like $5,000 cash. Nah, that just is not even remotely, even near worth what someone who would do one of those things would sell it for, J-Money. You're like missing a zero, probably. And not a zero at the front, I assure you. I mean, I don't know what that kind of stuff happens. I mean, hopefully it doesn't happen, but let's be honest. We know it does, right? But I don't know what those kind of things go for. The problem with that, too, like World of Warcraft, it was one game. So you weren't out anything. Someone that sells an account of a Steam game, they're selling their Steam account. Oh, absolutely. It's a free-to-play game. There are whales that will pay somebody. I mean, like I said, I don't know what those would go for or where you would go to do that sort of thing, and I don't support that in any way, shape, or form. But we all know that it probably happens. Well, I mean, in that situation, it wouldn't go for anywhere near that. And to be honest with you, just with the 50 resets, I don't think it would either. But it sure as hell would be a hell of a lot more than $350 though. But like, say I got a hair up my ass and say I wanted to sell my TF2 account. Well, I would have to sell my entire... That's attached to my Steam account. So I would be selling my entire Steam account, which has like $12,000 or $15,000 worth of games on it. You know? So, like, I would never sell my TF2 account, even though I haven't played TF2 in, what, 6-7 years now. Ooh, oh, that's the 10 I got earlier from the alt. I was like, damn, I got another 10. But that wasn't a legit 10. That was a traded 10. Oh, there's a 10. An Orc Boom Servo. Yay! Orc Boom. I'm just going to go ahead and sell that right now. How awful, man. Orc Boom, really? Alright, we got a 7,000 bow. We got a 7,600 axe. Do we have a better weapon? There's a 7,400 bow. I think I'm just going to go with the bow, even though it's slightly behind. 7,116. See, I'm starting low again. Am I missing a piece? It's because I got these blues in here. And then low rolls on stuff. Should I just do the Squire? I mean, it was more, right? More is better. That's 7,140. It's not much of a difference. So I'm just going to stay on the Huntress. Alright, so that, once again, that's just over the hump for Chaos 7, but we're just not close enough to Chaos 8 yet to get the unlock without spending. Boo! Alright. So off we go, back into survival once again. Wave 71 start, so I get some gear. Oh wow, WoW account with Grand Marshal and High Warlord goes for that much still? Even though the titles got turned into a joke? Holy crap, dude. Maybe I need to find my password. The problem there is it's got my Diablo accounts on it. Probably a big chunk. They're diabolical. I actually did sell one high. I always tell people I have High Warlord and Grand Marshal because that's who I've got on my one account. I actually have done the High Warlord grind twice. I don't really ever talk about that account because I did sell it back in the day. That was just a High Warlord. With all the High Warlord gear and everything already purchased and enchanted and everything else. For, I want to say it was like $1,500. But that was... God, man, I don't even know how long it's been. It's a long time. All right, let's get a little love. Let's get a little love. Just because there's nobody in town doesn't mean there's anyone on the server. You gotta realize that most people don't go to town. People go to town to either trade, to chat, or whatever, but the majority of players don't ever go to town. So there's never no one on the server. But a town only holds 20 people, so if it gets to 20 and someone else joins town, it's going to be one person in town. Well, that's not the majority of players. I didn't say the majority of new players. I said the majority of players don't go to town. Exclamation AP in chat there, El Diablo. We'll get you all the info on the different brackets. I mean, there's nothing wrong with going to town. I'm just saying, that's why there's no people there. It's not that the server doesn't have any players. The server's got plenty of players, they're just not in town. If you like town, go to town. Whatever. It's got a badass boat, and it should have fishing. But IDHC refuses to add fishing in. Just to appease me and my strange and unusual fishing addictions. No first wave luck like last run. Last run was the sweet spot, man. That's the fastest one so far for me. This build, yeah, I mean, it'll get sweaty when you get higher up, but This is very similar to the build that most people are using right now. It's all... Climbing high survival is all about stacking buffs. So you have one Countess, one Lavamancer, one Initiate. You get all 3 tower boost. And all of a sudden your dragon is doing 2 billion DPS. So it's a cross-buffing thing. Is how you do it. But, I mean, stuff just insta-evaporates when you got all those buffs going, you know? Actually, I think this is... What did we do differently? We had, instead of using Destructive Pylon on a Water Aura, we had it on a Frost Aura. Then we had just a 30 DU. We only had a 2-segment Reflect Beam. And then we had like a Electric Aura up here. But everything else was the same. We had 1 flat cannon, 1 oil, 1 dragon, and 6 birds. Actually, no, we had 5 birds. And back in this corner, we put one of those Chi Spirit Towers for the debuff. So we had 5 birds plus Chi Spirit. And we did up to 253, I think it was. Something like that. No loot. Actually, there's a Chaos 8 gray piece on the alt. We'll take it. We'll take it. That's going to be a champion score upgrade, even though it's complete trash gear. No, it wasn't. Holy crap. Well, it's a 1 out of 10. No, I don't drive the drunk shift. You worked in casinos and bars for a large portion of my life. I've done my fair share of dealing with drunk people. So for me, the ideal time to Uber drive is like from, say, 3 p.m. or 4 p.m. till about 7 p.m. And there's a lot of business professionals that are going from downtown Spokane to the airport or vice versa. So, like, the ideal trip for me is from the airport to downtown Spokane. Or from downtown Spokane back to the airport. That's the perfect route. Like, if I can get a little run where, you know, you never know where you're going to be going. But if I get a little run where I'm going specifically, pick somebody at the airport, drop them off downtown. Then pick somebody up downtown, drop them off at the airport, and just go back and forth. You can end up making a really good amount of money within just a few short hours, and then just go home, you know? Like, if I have just that route going, I can make $100 in 90 minutes. But I've only had that route straight back and forth, like, 1 time. So it's just, you know, RNG. It doesn't work that way. They would have someone in Michigan pick you up and drive you to Washington. That would be an expensive ride. Yeah, man. Come to Washington. I'll take you wherever you want to go in the country, but it's going to cost you a fortune. Like, way, way more than a plane ticket. So yeah, I would love that opportunity. By all means, come on to Washington and request a Uber ride down to Florida. I will be your guy. But boy, that's going to cost you like, I bet that's going to cost like $10,000 to take a Uber from Washington to Florida. All right, that was a little game. We're up to 74.62 now. I don't even know how long that would take because you get charged per mile and per minute. Let me look. Hopefully we don't get a siege roller. Let me do the math here. Plus, you would have to pay for my time to get home, is the other thing. Even after you get dropped off in Florida. Don't go to Florida right now. There's a hurricane coming. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see if it will even show me a breakdown like that. We all good? Let's see, it looks like it is... I don't know. It doesn't show the direct breakdown. I'm sure it's somewhere on their website. But it would be a lot. A lot of money. I'm guessing it would be at least $10,000 to go from Washington to Florida in an Uber. But that, I mean, that's a complete guess. But I really think it would be at least that. Here's a 7 out of 10 green Chaos 8 bow. And a 4 out of 10 helm. What is that going to get me to? Boom, we there. But once again, we're at wave 75. So that one was 4 waves. So all of these are less than 3 map resets. I had one today on stream that went over, was it. Everything else has been less than 3 maps. I'm going to do 75 anyway, though, because why would you not? Because I'm going to get a chance at a bag and a chest. Which, of course, would make the next one go even faster. In theory. I'm not sure where C8 is, Matthew. I know C9 or C10 gear starts at wave 61. So I would guess C8 is probably like 31 or 41, but I'm not sure on that one. I should do that at some point. I'm sure they would tell me. Or somebody might even know already. They may have posted it somewhere and I just didn't see it. I'll have to look around and see if I can come up with those. There was a picture of it in the DD2 Discord. I'll have to look for it. C8 is 41. 31 is where C7 starts. C7 you'd think would start way before 31, but yeah, I mean, that would make sense. 31, 41, 51, 61 for 7, 8, 9, and 10. That's 10 waves. 1 per 10. Well, it's 1 per 5 up until that. Yeah, I see what you're saying. But yeah, from C8 on, looks like it's 10 waves, which that makes sense. Like I said, I know it's 61 for Chaos 10 gear. Jump shot for the win. Now give me a chest. Make it worth. Oh, we got one more baddie. Was it worth? It was not. But whatever. Here, we'll check the time and see which one is actually quicker. Yeah, survival. Speaking of, what time are we even getting to? So I got time for one more here. Or I got time to finish this one anyway. But yeah, I gotta get to it here pretty soon. What, it's almost 3 p.m. right now. So what all we gotta do is we can save the bag for next reset. And then all we gotta do is the Chaos 8, right? Not very many. I've been kind of going chill mode. I think we're at 21 when we started. So maybe 4? 5? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. That's a great idea there, Zero Zinga. Drinking tea today. No, there's no benefit. You will be required to go to C9 if you do a bunch of resets. It's 33 and up, I believe it is, or 32 and up. But prior to 32 resets, there's no reason to go to C9 again. Go glug glug. I don't want to fill myself up, man. We are going to, when I get done with the Ubers today, the mother-in-law wants to go eat Chinese. What the hell? Oh, I never gave the mana. I thought I did. So yeah, I don't want to fill up on beverages before I go to a all-you-can-eat Chinese buffet. You know what I'm saying? I just wrecked my windows again. Dang it. Dang it, man. It's just there holding my destructive pylon, and I don't feel like moving it to anything else. I've got one on water auras and one on frost strike auras. So no real reason for it to be there other than it was what was in my deck and I didn't feel like changing anything. It's not hurting anything. So I just figured why bother, you know? You know I'm lazy as hell, Zero Zinga. I ain't swapping heroes. That's what was in my deck when I started this little thing 3 days ago. And I ain't changing it. Actually, we might have time to do one more. I don't want to push it, though. It is 3 o'clock already. Yeah, it's 2:59 p.m. right now here. Midnight there. If only the flat earth people were right, Zero Zinga, we would all be on the same time. But there would be a ledge to fall off of, and that wouldn't be good. We don't want no ledges. Magnet shoes, easy solution. There you go. Get some magnet shoes, you can walk across the bottom. Is that how it would work, though? Would there be magnetic polarities if the world was flat? I don't think there would be polarities if the world was flat. Or it would be east and west, maybe. The problem is, Andrew, is MSG tastes good. So you can say, oh, it's so unhealthy. But that shit tastes good. So when it's so easy to overeat at a Chinese restaurant, you know? Because the food is so tasty. It's all so flavorful. Well, if the Earth was square, then it would be positioned in a diamond shape with, like, the points at the top and the bottom, and that's where the polarities would be. That's what my square Earth would look like anyway. Yeah, that probably wouldn't be the best first words there, Airbeer. I don't know. I haven't really looked into the flat Earth people much, other than me making fun of them. I did bring their they've got a Facebook page, the Flat Earth Society. I brought their Facebook page up the other day just so I could show the mother-in-law that Facebook was bullshit, because she has it in her head that everything on Facebook is proven true. And I'm like, is the world round or is the world flat? She's like, don't be stupid. What are you talking about? So I went to the Flat Earth Society Facebook page and showed her. Okay, so is everything on Facebook true? She doesn't grasp the interwebs very well, yet she uses it daily. Well, that's the thing, too. If it was a flat Earth and it was spinning, wouldn't we all get dizzy? All right, Kaiser, take it easy. Have a wonderful night. And hopefully your workday goes by quick. Thanks for the follow there, Kat. Welcome, welcome. Good Lord, what would that even look like? Man. Well, I mean, if the planets were flat, then we would have an entirely different understanding of physics in a whole there, Clink. So you never know. Could still be a thing. Just go to Facebook and ask the Flat Earth Society people. They have actual conversations. I didn't look through their page very much, but I did scroll through a couple of posts. They really believe that shit. I mean, I don't even comprehend it. I could see, okay, I want to mess with my friends, and I'm going to pretend like I think the Earth is flat and argue with them about it. I could see that providing some entertainment. But people that really believe that shit? Nah, there's no cross-platform at all. Okay. It's a cult? I mean, that makes perfect sense. And there we go. The win is in. Let me double check the mods real quick. I'm using an alt to carry, or I'm using my main to carry an alt, so what I'm using doesn't matter at all. Okay. I'm doing Chaos 8 difficulty, basically, in Chaos 10 gear, so nothing matters. Nothing in this build is purposefully designed to be powerful in any way. So there's nothing to show. The rain has finally started. That's good, because that fire is still going. It's burned down their way a little now. Make sure we got no 10s. Nope. No 10s. But off we go to do another AP reset. And I don't even remember which one this one is. Okay, this is AP 24 to 25. And now we'd be working on 25 is done, and we'd be working on 26. There won't be a Dungeon Defenders 3 anytime soon, but we don't know. I mean, down the road, you never know. Definitely not Dungeon Defenders 3. So I wouldn't even play with that whole conversation. And what did this actually unlock? Do not show again. I'm sure it'll be a fun game. I mean, there's not a Dungeon Defenders game that's not fun. Okay, that bounces us up to floor 44. So that will be worth checking out. But anyway, y'all, that is going to be it for me for today. So thank you all so much for hanging out. Hopefully everyone's having a wonderful start to their week. And let's take a look and see who all is streaming DD2. We got Harambe, got Taylor, Kens, and Lucas Craft. Well, Harambe is the only name I recognize. So I will send you all on Twitch over to Harambe here. Make sure to give him an extra hard time. But anyway, thank you all so much for hanging out. Have a wonderful rest of your day. And I will see you all soon. Hopefully tomorrow. Not sure yet, though. Take it easy, y'all. Oh, wait a minute. Or no, okay. I was watching the achievements roll off and thought something unlocked, but that was just the standard issue unlocks. Anyway, thanks a ton, y'all. I'm off to Uberville. Wish me luck. Tell everybody to leave me big tips. See you, y'all.